hostess with the mostest, Jumbo, as always. Happy Monday, happy Monday. So we are going to be reviewing a movie that, I've kind of known about for a while. I've wanted to watch it for a while, but I kind of have kept putting it off because I thought it was going to genuinely be, one of those just like, gross out movies for the majority of the movie. And that movie is Society from 1987, I believe. I'm sure I'll have it in the title of this video or in one of my little title cards. But yeah, I came across this on Shudder. Yes, on Shudder. I believe it might be on like Screambox as well. I'm not sure, but I did watch this on Shudder a few days ago. And you know what? I gotta say, like, I really, really enjoyed this movie, and not as much of like a gore fest that I was, or I shouldn't say gore fest, but a gross out fest as I was expecting. So if you guys are like me, where it's like you can only handle like just a little bits of like gross out in your movies at a time, and not like an overabundance, like Night of Something Strange, then, this is actually one that you'd be able to tolerate, and really the, like, gross out stuff really doesn't happen until, like, the end, and it's not even, like, I'll be honest, it's kind of gross at sometimes, but it's nothing where I was like, oh my god, that ruined the movie for me, so not at all. But no, this movie is a terrific, charming, as my sister from another Mr. Jen would say, charming little movie. Nice little, like, commentary on, like, society itself, cleverly enough. So basically, this is a story that follows a young man who, high school student and stuff, and, he's kind of starting to realize, like, his family just seems kind of weird, and, like, I don't know, just, things around seem a little weird, starting to realize that people around him seem to, like, not really be the people he thought they were and everything. He's trying to get to the bottom of this. One of his buddies actually comes along with a couple of tapes of, like, of his family and everything, like, in a car ride or something, talking about this upcoming party for the daughter. And what do you know, it was kind of like, it basically sounded like they were all, like, jacking each other off and, like, having sex. Like, where he's like, what? So he takes it to his, like, therapist or whatever and is like, hey, like, listen to this. Like, this will prove that, like, my family really isn't what they are. When the therapist pops in the tape, it's, like, totally different. It's, like, a normal conversation. He's like, no, that's not what I heard. Like, fast forwarded. Like, this, no, like... So, he realizes, like, oh, crap, he needs to get another copy of this tape. So he calls his buddy who gave him the tape, and next thing you know, his buddy is in, like, a bad car accident, ends up dying. So, it's just kind of like the movie's kind of his way of, like, or I should say, he's following him, seeing basically, like, how he can crack this, and, like, see if he can kind of uncover what's going on with his family and stuff, But yeah, the ending, though, like I said, was probably, like, the grossest part of it, but it's, like I said, it's not anything that's so gross that you're, like, it'll ruin it for you, at least not for me, and you guys know, like I said, I'm not, like, I can tolerate some, like, gross out in my horror movies, like, I kind of know, like, that's the chance I take with watching horror movies and stuff, but it's, like, it was okay, it was, like, just enough, and it wasn't, like, too bad, like, I think, like, the one that really kind of was just, like, for me was, at one point, the guy who actually initially gave, the one guy the tapes and everything, he comes back into the picture, we found out he's really not dead, and, they're all kind of, like, sucking, like, the life force out of him, so he's kind of like this pile of, like, almost like mush, most of his body, but his head's still kind of intact, and he's basically naked with, like, a towel on him, and one of the guys literally comes up to him like, oh, what do we have here? Oh, we gotta get the inside. So literally takes his hand, fists it up, and I'm assuming drives it, fists him straight up the ass. I'm hoping it was supposed to be the butt, because I can't imagine the amount of pain you guys would feel if that was supposed to be going up his dick. I'm just saying. So even the butthole, I'm like, that's gross. And what do you know, like, his fingers then come out of his mouth. I'm like, that is fucking gross. For me, like I said, that is probably like the worst or like the grossest part for me. But even for me, I was kind of like, I got over it pretty quickly. So, and I do kind of like the whole sort of like social commentary on this because you know, this like the family that this kid comes from is a very privileged sort of family. They have money. Not sure. I can't remember if it's like old money or new money. I'm thinking it's probably old money. Plus, you know, all their friends have come from families with money and everything. So, you know, we come to find out that like, you know, they're, one of the guys said something like, "Oh, yeah, you know, how do you think we got so rich? We literally, you know, like, you know, the saying, we suck it out of like the lower folk, the common folk and everything." So it just like little things like that it's like it's kind of like so true in a way. And just to see how they do it, it's like that's how I picture like rich snobby people just getting their money. It's like basically sucking people till they're like a mush of nothingness, you know, just so little things like that that I gotta give this movie credit for because it is kind of like a little bit of a goofier movie. It is. It's kind of like a fun, goofy movie with some serious tones to it and everything that I think get the point across pretty well for this movie. But yeah, no, it's a fun one. You know, like I said, I was really kind of putting this movie off for a long time because I truly thought that it was gonna be one of those just straight up like gross out movies. But I'm glad that I finally did check it out. Like I said, the most of the pretty much all like the gross out stuff is pretty much towards the end, and it's to me for me it wasn't anything like too like bad where I was like, oh my god, I have to turn it off. Like I was able to kind of, you know, with the exception of like maybe like the one scene that I explained, like even because I know one of the stills that I've seen floating around on social media was like the ass face basically, where someone was like literally whoever had to do the special effects. By the way, more props to you because literally it was someone who is like, you know, on a bed, like clearly on all fours, ass towards the camera, and it's like the dad's like face or whatever. It's just like I kept like seeing that all over Facebook and like Instagram. So I was like, I was kind of hesitant because of that. You know, it's like, what the fuck is this movie about? But no, I checked it out. It's pretty decent, you guys. I mean, nothing totally spectacular, but definitely, I think a lot of you guys who haven't seen it yet definitely would have an appreciation for it. I totally understand why there are so many people who do absolutely love this movie and adore this movie. I'm right there with you guys. Like, honestly, I could totally see myself, like, you know, ordering this from Amazon, or even if, like, what do we call it? Horror Pack sends it in, like, one of their packs. Like, I would be totally okay with that. I would be pretty happy. I think that might actually make a pack for me. So I enjoyed it. I really did. So let me know what you guys thought of Society and everything. If you guys are want to check it out, or planning to or anything, let me know. Till next time, you guys, as always, stay creepy, classy, and a little bit sassy.